All right, so a bunch of my grafts are leafing out. They've been leafing out for a few weeks, so I'm gonna go ahead and take my flagging tape off to see what the graft looks like. So I might regret this, but I'm gonna take it off just so I don't girdle the tree. I'm joining the chaos. All right, so as you can see, growing out pretty good. I'll probably pick these flowers off because it's not going to have enough leaves to be able to support this many apples, and it'd probably break it anyway. So if you have this happen where you get all these little flowers, they're just going to get dropped anyway. So just pick them all off. I'll do that later. The thing I'm curious about is this. I was just mulching, so my hands are kind of dirty. But this flagging tape, if you leave it on here, the tree grows really quick. And so that can really mess with the tree's ability to kind of heal. So I just kind of take a glance here and see what that graft is looking like. Oh yeah, that's nicely calloused. Look at that, beautiful. Yeah, that pressed it down really well. You can see where that's all calloused. And that's where my little Z graft is, my whipping tongue. And so that is beautiful. And you'll notice how I lined it up on this right side. On the left side, it's kind of just hanging over. Over on the other side. So you want to make it flush on one side, and you can see this is where the cambium's fused. Cambium's like their veins, their circulatory system. So the roots are sucking up water and nutrients, sending it up, and these leaves are what's doing photosynthesis and turning carbon dioxide into sugar, sending that down to return some nutrients back to the roots. And so you want to make sure that that's a good fusion, a good graft. Oh wow, look at this little sneaker. I was wondering why there was some damaged leaves. Caterpillar. I don't mind getting those on my bigger apple trees because I love butterflies. They're pretty good pollinators. I just don't want them on my little baby ones. They're just struggling, so I don't want to lose too many leaves. But yeah, having a few of those guys munching on your mature trees doesn't really make a difference. It makes a few leaves kind of unsightly, but I prefer the butterflies. So you can see on this side, it hasn't quite fused. So in light of that, I might put the grafting tape back on there, just not quite as tight. Just don't want any infection to get in that. But this side is beautiful. And it's only just been a few weeks, so that's really cool. So by a year from now, 2 years from now, you won't even barely be able to see that. Like, unless you're used to what grafts look like, you'd probably just walk right past that and not even know what it was. But that's going to be called my graft union. So I have crab apple, wild apple on the bottom, and then that top part was a Fuji, I believe. All right, so this whipping tongue is a little bit nicer because it's like this on both sides. You can see that Z graft, that whipping tongue graft. So both sides fused. It's a really nice union. I'm really proud of that. And this one's called a Royal Empire, I think. It's getting a little bit of rust.